You were never meant to be ordinary, you are chosen. If you are here watching this, know that it is not by chance. God has divinely orchestrated this moment in your life, and it carries the power to change everything. This is not just another message, it is a revelation specifically meant for you. That stirring in your spirit, that feeling deep within you that something is shifting, is your confirmation. You are chosen. You are set apart. What is about to be revealed will not only surprise you, but also shock everyone who doubted you. Before we go further, declare your faith and readiness by commenting 9,999 below. Your words carry power, and this is a bold act of trust in what God is about to do in your life. To those who have supported this mission through Super Thanks, your generosity is deeply appreciated. You are part of something greater, a mission that is inspiring and transforming lives every day. Thank you for being a light in this world. Now let me ask you, have you ever wondered why your path has been different? Why have you faced challenges that seemed impossible to overcome? Why do people question your journey, doubt your success, or secretly hope you will fail? They thought they knew your story. They thought they could predict your ending. But what they didn't realize is that God has been rewriting your narrative all along. Every setback, every tear, every moment of silence was not a delay, it was preparation. You were being shaped, refined, and strengthened for a destiny far greater than anyone imagined. And now, the time has come. The world is in shock because you are rising. There were whispers behind your back, murmurs of doubt from those who never truly believed in you. They said, "They'll never make it. They're not strong enough. They will fail, just like the others." But God saw something different in you. What is it that makes you different? What keeps you standing when others expect you to fall? What fuels your spirit when the world assumes you have nothing left to give? It is because you were never meant to be ordinary. You were chosen for something far greater, a divine assignment that no one else can fully understand until it unfolds. Every challenge that was meant to break you only made you stronger. Every trial they thought would crush you only refined your faith. Every moment they anticipated your failure only set the stage for your breakthrough. Romans 8:37 declares, "In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us." They expected you to stumble. They hoped for your downfall. But you did not falter. Instead, you rose with a strength that left them speechless. Where they saw defeat, you saw divine opportunity. Where they prayed for your failure, God positioned you for victory. Where they thought the storm would break you, the storm actually shaped you. The same way fire purifies gold, every struggle you faced has refined you. Does this resonate with you? Have you ever faced impossible odds, yet something deep inside kept you going? You are being prepared for something greater. Think about Job in the Bible. When Job lost everything, his wealth, his health, and even his children, his friends assumed he was finished. They couldn't understand why a faithful man like Job was suffering. But God had a plan far beyond their comprehension. Job's suffering wasn't a punishment, it was a setup for a double portion blessing. After Job had prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before. Job 42:10. And now the same God who restored Job is about to restore you. The struggles you've endured were never in vain. The pain you felt was never pointless. The waiting season wasn't a delay, it was preparation. God is about to unveil the next chapter of your life, and it will be a chapter of breakthrough, favor, and victory. Your story is not over. Your best days are not behind you. They are ahead. Are you ready to step into your destiny? This is your moment. This is your confirmation. This is the turning point that changes everything. Will you trust what God is doing in your life? Will you walk boldly into your divine purpose? Declare it now. Comment, "I am chosen" below as a declaration of faith. Just share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Stay connected, stay faithful, and prepare for what's coming. God is not finished with you yet. The best is yet to come. They underestimated you, but God had a greater plan. The world may have doubted you, they may have counted you out, but what they didn't realize was that every test you faced was not meant to destroy you, was meant to refine you. Just like Job, your faith has been tested, but instead of breaking, you emerged stronger. Job's trials were intense, his losses great, yet through it all, he remained faithful. And when the storm passed, God restored him beyond measure. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. 1 Peter 1-7. Every struggle, every tear, and every disappointment was part of God's divine process, not to break you, but to strengthen you. Your rise has left them speechless. They waited for you to stumble. They assumed your challenges would defeat you. They underestimated the power of God's hand on your life. But look at you now. You kept going, you stood strong, and now the very people who doubted you are witnessing your elevation. No weapon formed against you will prevail. Isaiah 54-17. Just like David facing Goliath, everyone expected you to fall. Goliath stood as an unbeatable giant, a symbol of fear, and the world assumed David had no chance. But with God's strength, David took down what seemed impossible. And now, so have you. Your victory is not just for you, it is a testament to God's power working in your life. Your success is proof that God's favor outweighs any obstacle, any doubt, or any opposition. What they thought would break you became your strength. Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery, believing they had erased his future. They assumed their actions would bury his dreams forever. But what they meant for harm, God turned into a blessing. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Genesis 50-20. The same applies to you. The challenges that were meant to stop you only positioned you for greater things. The very situations that were meant to hold you back have instead set you apart. Now they stand in disbelief. They predicted your downfall instead. They are witnessing your rise. They thought they understood your story, but they never saw God's plan unfolding behind the scenes. You were never just another face in the crowd. The first time they underestimated you, they made a critical mistake. They saw your quiet strength and mistook it for weakness. They assumed you were just another dreamer, someone with big ideas, but no real power to bring them to life. They watched from a distance, waiting for you to fail. But what happened instead? You didn't crumble. You didn't give up. You kept moving forward, step by step, without seeking validation. And now, every quiet victory you achieved speaks louder than their doubts ever could. You didn't need to prove yourself, God did it for you. You didn't have to shout for attention. You didn't need to compete with their noise. You didn't have to convince them of your worth. Instead, you focused on your purpose, and God handled the rest. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Your strength was never your own, it was divine strength flowing through you. They thought they knew you, but they never saw the fire burning inside. They only saw what was on the surface, failing to recognize the depth of your faith, determination, and resilience. Your greatest weapon was their underestimation. Just as David's own brothers doubted him, seeing him as nothing more than a shepherd, the world failed to see the warrior within you. But God always knew. He knew that what they overlooked in you was the very thing that would set you apart. And now it's happening. Your elevation is here. Nothing can stand in your way. This is your moment. Step into it. You were never ordinary. You were never just another person in the crowd. You were chosen. So now, stand tall. Stand in the favor of God. Let them watch, let them wonder, let them ask, how did they do it? And let your answer be simple. Because God was with me. You were never bound by their limits. You were chosen to break free. Their doubt became your motivation. Their disbelief fueled your rise. Every false assumption they made about you only pushed you higher. In the end, the very obstacles they placed before you became the stepping stones that carried you to your destiny. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done. Genesis 50-20. The world tried to box you in, defining who you should be and what you could achieve, but you were never meant to fit into their mold. You were destined to rise above it, to defy every expectation, and to walk in the fullness of the purpose God created for you. You were always meant for more. Think about Abraham. The world saw an old man without children, but God saw the father of nations. Look up at the sky and count the stars if, indeed, you can count them. Then he said to him, so shall your offspring be. Genesis 5. The same is true for you. They doubted your potential because they couldn't see the divine plan unfolding in your life. Every time they said you can't, you proved them wrong. Every label they placed on you became a challenge you conquered. Like Moses standing before the Red Sea, they thought you had nowhere to go. But just as God parted the waters, making a way where there was none, He has done the same for you. Where they saw roadblocks, you saw opportunities. Where they expected failure, you achieved breakthroughs. You didn't just meet expectations, you shattered them. You weren't made to follow the rules, you were born to set a new path. They were so certain you would never rise beyond their assumptions. But here's the thing about those destined for greatness. They don't follow the rules others set, they make their own. Look at Esther, a simple Jewish girl who rose to become queen and saved her people. The world had no idea what God had in store for her, just like they never saw what God was preparing in you. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. Have you ever felt that divine pull? That sense that you were meant for something greater? Your journey filled with obstacles, setbacks, and the doubts of other Shaz led you to a place only you can go. You are walking toward the fulfillment of your God-given purpose. Keep moving forward in faith. Your destiny is not bound by their expectations. It is determined by the limitless power of God who leads you. Breaking free from their control. For so long they tried to shape your life, to manipulate and control you. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be molded into something you are not? They sought to define your path, using their influence, their power, and their expectations to keep you confined within their limits. But then everything changed. There came a moment when you realized you could no longer live under their control. You saw the chains for what they truly were and you broke free. That was the moment your true journey began. Freedom didn't come without a fight. It required strength, resilience, and faith. But the moment you stepped beyond their limitations, you discovered a version of yourself you never knew existed, an unstoppable force, unshaken and unconquered. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. That strength is not your own, it is God's power at work within you. The cost of breaking free. Breaking free wasn't easy. It required everything you had. It tested your courage. It forced you to let go of who they said you were and step into who God created you to be. But in that struggle for independence, for identity, for destiny, something powerful happened. You rose above their control. You saw yourself as God sees you, not as someone limited, but as someone chosen. Now, look at your journey. Look at how far you've come. You have walked through fire and emerged refined. You have faced battles and come out victorious. You have defied every expectation and risen beyond their doubts. Do you see now? They never had the power to define you. They never had the authority to decide your destiny. Only God did. And God has already declared your victory. So stand tall in your purpose. Let them watch, let them wonder, let them try to understand, because they will never comprehend what God has placed inside you. You were chosen, you were set apart, and nothing can stop what God has ordained for your life. You were destined to break free. How much have you discovered about your own strength since you walked away from their influence? You were never meant to be confined. From the very beginning, God designed you to rise beyond limitations, to break free from the chains others tried to place on you. The odds were stacked against you, no resources, no support, and no belief from those around you. Everything seemed to be working against you. Yet how many times has God used the impossible to show His power in your life? Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1. The odds were never in your favor, but that never stopped you. With every challenge, you didn't just survive, you defied every expectation. You transformed obstacles into stepping stones, adversity into fuel, and every setback into motivation. How many times did they say, "It can't be done," and yet you made it happen? You didn't need their approval. You didn't need validation. All you needed was faith, a belief that God had already declared victory over your life. Overcoming the impossible. Isn't that how David faced Goliath? A young shepherd boy, armed with nothing but a slingshot and unshakable faith. Everyone around him saw the giant as unbeatable, but David knew something they didn't. That wasn't fighting alone. Just like David, you have broken barriers that others only dreamed of. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. Rising against the odds was never about proving them wrong. It was about proving to yourself that you were capable of so much more. With every challenge, you grew stronger. With every failure, you gained wisdom. With every setback, you learned how to rise again. You weren't just fighting for success, you were fighting for transformation. And every struggle was a step in God's plan to elevate you to something greater. Your power comes from within. What sets you apart is not external validation, applause, or recognition. Your strength comes from something deeper, an inner power that radiates from within, a force that no one can see but everyone feels. Have you ever felt that fire inside you? That unshakable resolve that refuses to let you give up no matter what. The world told you to stop. Circumstances screamed it was over. Failure seemed imminent. But you didn't listen. Because you always knew deep in your heart that true power doesn't come from what others say about you. It comes from the soul, the part of you that refuses to break. The heart, the place where faith is ignited. The spirit where God's promises are planted and cultivated. And that quiet, still voice inside you never let you quit. You were made for more. When everything seemed to be falling apart, didn't you always feel that whisper of strength deep within? That voice reminded you, you are not alone. You are made for something greater. You have a purpose that cannot be erased. This is the strength that pushed you forward when others gave up. This is the fire that kept you standing after every fall. This is the anointing that makes you unstoppable. And now, your rise is undeniable. The very people who doubted you, who whispered that you would fail, are now watching in disbelief as you step into your purpose. Because you were never meant to stay in the shadows. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to play small. You were chosen. You were set apart, and you were always destined to win. So rise, your time is now. Let them watch, let them whisper, but never forget who you are. The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. Judges 6:12. They didn't see it before. They didn't believe it before. But now they do. They see the strength in your steps. They feel the power in your presence. They witness the favor of God over your life. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. So stand tall, walk boldly, keep moving forward. Because your story is just beginning, and the world has no choice but to watch you rise. Unshakable strength, the power within you. In those moments of hardship, did you ever wonder where your strength came from? How, despite everything, you found the courage to keep standing? It is God who arms me with strength and keeps my way secure. Psalm 18:32. Your inner strength isn't something you create on your own. It is powered by a divine source, a force that never runs dry. Even in the times when you felt alone, God was there lifting you up, fortifying your spirit, and preparing you for greater things. And this power, it is unstoppable. It doesn't fade over time. In fact, the more you tap into it, the stronger it becomes. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." 2 Corinthians 12:9. Isn't that amazing? Even in your weakest moments, this power only grows stronger. The more you lean on it, the more you recognize that it has been the foundation of every breakthrough, every achievement, and every victory in your life. Your inner strength is your greatest weapon. No person, no obstacle, no setback can take it from you. When the world tries to shake you, when doubt tries to pull you down, it is this unshakable force within you that keeps you rooted. And the more you trust in it, the more you unlock the limitless potential God has placed inside you. Breaking free from their expectations. From the very beginning, they set their expectations for you. They thought they knew your limits, what you could achieve, how far you would go, and when you would stop. But did you ever feel the weight of their expectations? Were you ever tempted to shrink yourself to fit within their vision of your life? The truth is, you were never interested in their limits. You had your own vision, your own God-ordained purpose, a destiny far greater than anything they imagined. With every step forward, you moved beyond their narrow expectations. You surpassed their predictions not to prove them wrong, but to prove to yourself that you were made for more. Every time they told you to stop, you pushed forward. Every time they doubted you, you defied their beliefs. How did it feel when their doubts only fueled your determination? Did you ever wonder how you found the strength to keep going when they expected you to fall? With each victory, you didn't just succeed, you built a legacy. A story of resilience, faith, and perseverance that will stand for generations. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. This strength, this limitless potential, didn't come from the world's approval. It came from God, and because of His guidance, you shattered every boundary placed before you. You've already defied the odds. Now, as you stand at the peak, you've surpassed everything they ever thought possible. Your journey is a living testament to what happens when someone refuses to be defined by others. There's something extraordinary about the way you handle adversity. It's not just your ability to overcome challenges, it's your resilience. When others break under pressure, you rise. When they fall apart, you find strength in the chaos. When they say it can't be done, you prove there is always a way. How many times have you been told that something was impossible, only to prove that limits are an illusion? This resilience doesn't just impact your life, it shakes the very foundation of those who try to hold you back. Each battle you've faced, you've met head-on, refusing to surrender, and that determination, it rattles the world around you. Isn't it incredible how your perseverance has become a force no one can ignore, turning challenges into opportunities? Where others see failure, you see growth. Where they see barriers, you see stepping stones. Where they expected you to give up, you found a way to win. And now, you are standing in victory. You are walking in purpose. You are unstoppable. They never saw this coming. They never expected you to rise like this. But God did. And now the world has no choice but to watch as you step into everything you were meant to be. The strength within you, unstoppable and unshaken. You see growth where others see failure. Your resilience has become a beacon of hope, proving that no obstacle is too great for those who trust in their inner strength. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. James 1:2-4. Through every trial you have allowed perseverance to shape you, and now you stand stronger and more complete than ever before. And as they watch, they realize they are witnessing something far greater than they ever expected. Your resilience is not just about survival, it's about transformation. You don't just endure, you thrive. Every time they thought you would break, you became even more unshakable. Every challenge you overcame became a testament to your unyielding spirit. Every setback became a stepping stone to your next victory. In all these things, we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. Romans 8:37. And indeed, you have conquered, and you will continue to rise higher, stronger, and more unstoppable than ever before. Your journey is proof that nothing is impossible for those who trust in God's plan. The divine force that guides you. There's a force behind your rise of power guiding you when everything else seems lost. It's a strength that flows through you, unseen yet undeniable. Have you ever felt that inner power? That quiet, unshakable force pushing you forward when everything around you is falling apart? This strength isn't measured by the world's standards. It isn't defined by wealth, status, or recognition. It is a divine power, a spiritual force that is leading you toward your destiny. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Can you feel this divine strength within you, lifting you up and pushing you beyond your limits? People see your success and wonder how you have achieved so much. They try to dissect your every move, attempting to understand what makes you different. But what they don't see is the force that fuels you from within. It's not about the recognition or the external rewards. It's about conviction, a belief that you were made for something greater. It's the unshakable knowing that you were placed on this earth for a purpose beyond human comprehension. You, dear children, are from God and have overcome them because the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. 1 John 4:4. This power inside you is greater than the fears, greater than the doubts, and greater than any obstacle the world tries to throw in your path. It is this force that has carried you through the darkest moments. You were never alone. When everything seemed to be against you, did you ever wonder if you were truly walking alone? Did you ever question if you would make it through? That power you felt, that was God. That unseen strength guiding you, that was His hand over your life. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. Even in your most uncertain moments, God was with you, upholding you, protecting you, and leading you toward your breakthrough. And now, they watch in disbelief. They thought they had you cornered. They assumed they had figured you out. They underestimated you, believing you would never rise above. But every time they thought you would fall, you rose even higher. Every time they believed you were finished, you shattered their expectations. They couldn't understand how you kept moving forward, how you remained undaunted. Have you ever wondered how you managed to keep going when everything seemed to be working against you? They are shocked, confused, and in disbelief. They don't understand how you're still standing. But you do. You know the source of your strength. You know who has been guiding you all along. They tried to hold you back, but with every attempt to pull you down, you only grew stronger. They didn't expect you to rise, but God did. And now, the world has no choice but to stand in awe as you step fully into the power, purpose, and destiny that has always been waiting for you. The unstoppable force guiding you. How many times did you feel like giving up only to rise even higher? How did you find the strength to keep moving forward despite the challenges? No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. Romans 8:37. Every attempt to stop you only made you stronger. Every barrier placed in your path became the very fuel that propelled you forward. What was meant to hold you back only pushed you toward your purpose with even greater force. You didn't just rise, you soared. You shattered their expectations, breaking free from every limitation they placed on you. You stepped into the power that was always meant for you. You were never meant to stay in their shadow, were you? You were meant to shine, to rise above and beyond what they thought was possible. And now, as you stand at the top, you are living proof that no force, no attempt to control you, could ever limit what God has placed within you. I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Philippians 3:14. This journey was never just about personal victory. It was about showing the world that when you are guided by divine strength, nothing can hold you back. The power that carries you forward. As you continue to rise, do you ever stop to reflect on how far you've come? How much you've achieved despite the odds stacked against you? The power that flows through you is a divine gift. It has carried you this far, and it will continue to push you toward even greater heights. For with God, all things are possible. Jesus looked at them and said, "With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Matthew 19:26. Behind every great journey is an unseen power, a guiding force that moves the soul in directions others can't comprehend. Have you ever felt that force? That invisible pull leading you down a path that defies logic, yet feels undeniably right? That unshakable presence guiding you forward, even when everything else is uncertain? This power is not external, it is within you. It is the quiet whisper of destiny, calling you forward even when the path ahead is unclear. The unseen force that lights your way. This divine force transcends logic and reason. It is beyond the visible world, guiding you in ways that the eyes cannot see, but the Spirit knows. It's in the stillness of your soul when everything else is chaotic. It's in the peace of knowing that you are moving in alignment with something greater than yourself. It's in the certainty that, even in uncertainty, God is leading you where you were always meant to be. The Spirit of truth will be in you. John 14:17. This inner guidance is the Spirit of God leading you toward your divine purpose, even when the road ahead seems unclear. Have you ever had a moment when everything pointed in one direction, yet something inside you told you to go another way? That's the power of divine wisdom, the quiet knowing that even when you don't see the full picture, you are still being led exactly where you need to be. Your strength comes from within. Where does that sudden burst of motivation come from, especially in moments of doubt? It's not from your mind. It's not from your body. It's from your spirit. Therefore, we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. Ephesians 4:16. This divine strength renews you moment by moment, fueling you when the world tells you to stop, pushing you when everything else tells you to give up. And as you keep walking, as you keep pressing forward, you will realize something. This guiding power is not bound by time or space. It is eternal. It is always with you. It has been leading you all along. Even when you couldn't understand the full picture, God's plan was always at work. Nothing can stop what God has ordained. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. How many times have you felt that gentle nudge? How many times has something deep within you urged you forward, even when logic said to stop? How many times have you followed that pullingly to realize later that it led you exactly where you needed to be? That's because God's plan for your life is unstoppable. Even when the path wasn't clear, even when you had no answers, He was guiding you all along. And now, you are beginning to see what was always true. No setback, no obstacle, no force on earth can stop what God has already set in motion. You were destined to rise, and nothing will stand in your way. Unshaken, the power within you. Your strength is not confined to your present circumstances. It stretches beyond time, working behind the scenes even when you don't see it. While others may never fully grasp it, they can sense it. They feel the energy that surrounds you, the calm certainty that radiates from within. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. Proverbs 3-5 This unseen force, this trust in God's divine plan, is what guides every step you take. It's what has allowed you to rise above the noise, the chaos, and the distractions of the world, leading you down a path that defies all logic. You have walked through storms, yet you remain unshaken. You have faced doubt and fear, yet they have never broken you. You have endured opposition, yet you have risen stronger than ever. Where others would have given up, you kept going. And do you know why? Because God's power within you is unstoppable. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. With this divine strength guiding you, your destiny is already unfolding, unstoppable, undeniable, and divinely directed. The hate that fueled you, the jealousy, the resentment, the doubt, they threw it all at you. But what they didn't realize was that every ounce of hatred they sent your way only made you stronger. Every bitter word fueled your determination. Every attempt to tear you down pushed you forward. Every insult they hurled only sharpened your focus. They thought they could crush your spirit with their negativity. Instead, they created a warrior. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. Their hatred, though painful, could never defeat you. You are held up by a force far greater than any negativity they could throw your way. You learned a powerful truth. Hate only holds power if you allow it to. And you refused to let it drag you down. Instead, you used it as fuel. Every insult became a reminder of your strength. Every attempt to break you became a reason to keep going. Every challenge they threw your way made you more resilient, more determined, more unstoppable. For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Proverbs 24:16. And rise you did, the fire that refined you. Time and time again, you have faced trials that were meant to break you. But instead of falling, you stood stronger. Instead of fading, you shined brighter. Instead of being crushed, you became unshakable. We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. perplexed but not in despair, persecuted but not abandoned, struck but not destroyed. 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. They thought the fire would consume you, but it only purified you. They thought the storm would drown you, but it only made you stronger. They thought the pain would break you, but it became your greatest weapon. Have you ever stopped to marvel at your own transformation? The very things they thought would destroy you became the things that made you unshakable. You didn't run from the struggle, you embraced it. You turned pain into power. You turned trials into triumph. You turned rejection into resilience. And now, you stand undefeated. The truth they never understood. The hate they threw at you, it was never about you. It was about their own insecurities. They feared your strength. They envied your resilience. They were intimidated by the fire within you. But what they meant for harm, God turned into power. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Genesis 50:20. The truth is, their negativity was never a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their inability to understand your greatness. While they tried to break you, you used their negativity to rise even higher. Their doubt became your determination. Their rejection became your redirection. Their hate became your fuel. Nothing can stop you now. Look at you now. You have risen beyond every challenge. You have overcome every battle. You have walked through every fire and emerged stronger. And now, nothing can stop you. Nothing can break you. Nothing can hold you back. Because what God has ordained, no force on earth can undo. If God is for you, who can be against you? Romans 8:31. They tried to destroy you, but all they did was make you unstoppable. So now stand tall. Own your power. Walk in your purpose. Arise higher than ever before. Because this is just the beginning. Rising above, your divine purpose unfolds. You took the negativity they threw at you and turned it into fuel for your dreams. Doesn't that feel like divine redemption? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Genesis 50:20. What they meant for destruction, God transformed into your strength. Their hate wasn't your weakness, it was the very force that propelled you higher. Every challenge, every insult, every attempt to tear you down only added to your power. They pushed you down, but you rose. They doubted you, but you proved them wrong. They wanted to break you, but you became unshakable. As you continue to rise, remember this. Their hate is not your burden to bear. It is your power. The higher you climb, the more they will wonder how you did. Tunable to comprehend that it was their very actions that helped shape the unstoppable force you have become. You are not defined by this world. Your strength comes from the one who created you for greatness. A purpose greater than yourself. There is a purpose in your life that goes beyond what the world can understand. It is a divine calling, a force greater than anything you could have imagined. Have you ever felt that pull? That unshakable feeling that you were destined for more? The sense that your life was meant for something far greater than what you see? That purpose is what fuels you in your darkest moments. It is the reason you push forward when the road is unclear, when the weight of doubt and fear tries to pull you back. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Your purpose isn't random, it has been carefully designed by God Himself. And as long as you stay aligned with it, nothing will be able to stop you. This calling is bigger than you. It is a force that connects you to something beyond yourself, something that has been woven into your soul since the moment you were born. Have you ever looked back and realized that everything, every struggle, every lesson has led you to this very moment? God has been shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for something extraordinary. Every experience has led you here. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. Every single moment of your life, the pain, the joy, the setbacks, and the victories has been part of a greater plan. Nothing was wasted. Every challenge was part of your preparation. Every delay was positioning you for something greater. Your purpose is not just a career or a personal goal. It is your reason for being. It is the undeniable truth that you were born for something far beyond the ordinary. Have you ever felt that your life had a deeper meaning? This calling is not defined by earthly achievements. It is a divine force that pushes you forward, even when everything seems impossible. And as you continue to rise, this purpose will keep guiding you. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. Your purpose is a light that cannot be dimmed. It is a fire that cannot be extinguished. It is a force that will continue to propel you forward. You were never meant for an ordinary life. You were not created to live in mediocrity. You were born to rise. You were born to inspire. You were born to transform the world around you. From the moment you took your first breath, a greater destiny was set in motion for you. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1-5. Can you see that now? Can you recognize the divine plan unfolding in your life? Look at how far you've come. You've conquered battles that once seemed impossible. You've overcome obstacles meant to stop you. You've risen higher than anyone expected. And now, you are stepping into the fullness of your destiny. You are embracing the greatness you were born for. You are proving that nothing and no one can stop what God has set in motion. Keep rising. Keep pushing forward. Keep walking boldly in the purpose God has given you. Because this is just the beginning. You were created for more. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2:10. Your very existence is a divine masterpiece, carefully designed for a greater purpose. You were created for good works, assignments that only you can fulfill. As you stand on the edge of all that you have accomplished, it becomes undeniably clear your journey was never ordinary. At times, the world may not have understood your path. They may have doubted your potential, questioned your worth, and even tried to hold you back, but none of that mattered. You were always destined for more. Just like Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his brothers, wrongly imprisoned, and later rose to greatness in Egypt, your story is part of a much bigger plan. I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Philippians 3:14. Your journey is one of relentless faith. Every setback was a setup for something greater. Every closed door was a redirection to something better. The world may not have seen it, but God always knew what He placed inside of you. Now, it's time to step fully into that purpose. It's time to embrace the calling that has been waiting for you since the moment you took your first breath. Your destiny is unstoppable. You have been chosen not by the world, but by a power far greater than what the eye can see. Your destiny is written into the very fabric of the universe, and no one can take it away from you. This is just the beginning. Your rise is not just a personal victory, it's a movement. Your story will inspire generations to come. The ripple effect of your success will encourage others to defy the odds, rise above challenges, and pursue their own greatness. The world may not have been ready for you before, But now they have no choice but to witness the greatness you were born to achieve. The moment everything changed. There comes a moment in every person's journey when they realize they are capable of far more than they ever imagined. For you, that moment was transformative. It was as though a veil had been lifted, and you could finally see yourself for who you truly are, a force that cannot be stopped. You were never just another face in the crowd. You were never meant to blend in. You were destined to stand out, to lead, to create, to inspire. The world had underestimated you, but deep down you knew the truth: your strength has no limits. This realization marked the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter where you no longer hesitated but walked boldly in your power. The doubts you once carried began to fade, replaced by an unshakable confidence. You finally understood that every struggle, every setback, every painful moment was shaping you, molding you into the person you were always meant to become. You were born to rise. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. Romans 8:37. Your journey is no longer about just surviving. You are thriving. You are stepping into your power. You are moving forward with a fire that cannot be extinguished. This newfound power is not just physical strength, it is mental, emotional, and spiritual. You recognize now that your resilience was never just a reaction to adversity, it was part of who you are. You were born to overcome. You were born to rise. You were born to inspire others along the way. The moment you realized your true power, everything shifted. The road ahead is no longer uncertain, it is clear and undeniable. You are walking with purpose, with confidence, and with the unwavering knowledge that nothing can stand in your way. An unstoppable future awaits. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. No one can take away what God has given you. No force can stop what has been set in motion. No obstacle is strong enough to block your rise. The power that fuels you does not come from external validation, it comes from within. Your strength is divine, your purpose is undeniable, and your future is unstoppable. And this is just the beginning. The unbreakable spirit that defines you. Your spirit is your greatest asset. It has carried you through every trial, every battle, every storm. While others may stumble in the face of adversity, your spirit stands strong. It is an unshakable force, a power that cannot be broken by the struggles of life. When the world tried to pull you down, your spirit lifted you higher. It is the part of you that no one can see, yet it defines everything about you. It fuels your drive, shapes your decisions, and gives you the resilience to rise above any challenge placed in your path. The strength of your spirit is not something that can be easily understood by others. It is an energy that flows from within, an unseen force that manifests in everything you do. It's the quiet confidence in your steps when you enter a room. It's the unwavering determination in your eyes when things seem impossible. It's the reason you keep moving forward when your body and mind tell you to quit. Your spirit isn't just what keeps you standing, it's what allows you to rise in ways others cannot fathom. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You are not like the rest. Forged through fire, strengthened by the storm. Your spirit has been tested in ways that would have shattered others. Every hardship you endured, every struggle you faced, has only made you stronger. You didn't just survive the storm, you learned to dance in the rain. There were times when the weight of the world was heavy, yet you refused to break. Your fire burns brighter than any storm, and no negativity, no obstacle, no enemy can extinguish it. Your spirit is proof of your resilience. Your journey is a testament to your unshakable strength. With each new challenge, your spirit only grows stronger. It keeps you grounded when the world tries to shake you. It is the foundation of your success. It is the key to your ultimate greatness. Your spirit is unstoppable and nothing, no one will ever be able to weaken it. This is the force that will propel you forward, guiding you into a future filled with limitless possibilities. The moment that changed everything. Every great journey has a turning point, that moment when everything shifts, when the tide turns in your favor. For you, that moment was not small, it was transformational. You went from doubting your abilities to embracing your greatness. You went from feeling lost to finding your purpose. It was in that moment that everything began to fall into place. From that day forward, there was no turning back. You finally saw you were meant for something greater, and you could no longer deny it. But it wasn't easy. It didn't come without struggle. It didn't come without fear. Yet, in the face of it all, you made a choice. You decided that doubt would no longer define you. You decided that fear would no longer hold you back. You decided to take control of your destiny. That moment wasn't just a decision, it was a revelation. You began to see the world through new eyes. What once seemed impossible now felt achievable. What once looked like an obstacle became an opportunity. What once held you back now propelled you forward. That turning point marked the beginning of your ascent. You realized that you were capable of more than you ever imagined, and you weren't going to stop until you reached the heights you were destined for. This was your moment of awakening. This was the catalyst that set everything in motion. A future without limits. As you look back on that pivotal moment, you now understand just how powerful it was. It wasn't just a change in mindset, it was a complete shift in how you saw yourself and the world around you. It was the moment you stepped into your power. It was the moment you realized that nothing could hold you back. And this is just the beginning. You are rising higher than ever before. You are breaking free from every limitation. You are stepping fully into your destiny. The world may have underestimated you, but God never did. And now they have no choice but to watch as you soar, breaking free from the illusions that held you back. There was a defining moment when you chose greatness, and from that point forward, there was no turning back. For years, others tried to define you, placing limits on your potential, telling you what you could and couldn't achieve. They saw you through the lens of their own fears and limitations, but they never truly saw who you were. With every step forward, you shattered their illusions. Every time they doubted you, you proved them wrong. You weren't what they expected, and you certainly weren't what they tried to make you. You were something far greater than their assumptions. They tried to box you in, but you refused to be confined. They tried to mold you into their expectations, but you refused to conform. They tried to tell you who you were, but you chose to define yourself. With every success, every bold move, you dismantled the false narratives that others placed upon you. You didn't just break free, you set a new standard. Your rise wasn't just about proving them wrong, it became a symbol of liberation. Your journey has inspired others. Those who once doubted their own potential now look to you as proof that breaking free is possible. If you could rise above the limits imposed on you, then they too could break free from their own self-imposed barriers. You have become a reminder that we are not defined by the opinions of others, but by the strength we carry within. Now, as you continue to rise, you shatter illusions everywhere you go. Every success, every milestone is a testament to your refusal to be limited. You are no longer trapped by the expectations of others. You have created your own reality. One that is limitless, boundless, and entirely your own. The power of unshakable belief. At the core of everything you have achieved lies one undeniable truth: your belief in yourself. It's not a fleeting thought. It's not a passing moment of confidence. It is the unbreakable foundation that has supported you through every challenge. Your belief in yourself has been your anchor, keeping you grounded when the world tried to pull you in different directions. It is the rock upon which you've built your success, a foundation so strong that no setback, failure, or criticism could shake it. Unlike most, your belief does not come from external validation. It is not dependent on what others think. It is not swayed by the opinions of those who never walked in your shoes. It is rooted deep within the unwavering certainty that you are destined for greatness. Even when others doubted you, even when the odds were against you, your belief never wavered. It has been the force that has propelled you forward, even in the darkest of times. The beauty of this unbreakable foundation is that it doesn't rise and fall with circumstances. Whether you win or lose, succeed or stumble, your belief remains. It strengthens with every experience, becoming more resilient as you grow. With every challenge, your belief becomes stronger. With every step forward, your foundation becomes unshakable. Your belief is your greatest strength, and it will carry you to your ultimate destiny. You were never truly alone. The world may have seen you struggle alone, but the truth is, you were never truly by yourself. There was always a force beyond what was visible, guiding and uplifting you even when you couldn't see it. It was the whisper of divine presence, urging you forward. It was the unseen hand, clearing paths before you. It was the quiet strength that held you together when everything else seemed to fall apart. Whether it was God's guidance, the support of a community, or your own inner strength, something greater was always there, pushing you forward. This invisible force was with you in your lowest moments. It was the strength that whispered, "Don't give up." It was the reassurance that told you, "Trust the journey." And because of it, you kept going. You endured. You persevered. You rose. The world may have tried to define your limits, but you were never meant to stay within them. You were meant to break free, to rise, and to become more than anyone ever expected. And now, you are unstoppable. The power of unseen support and overcoming setbacks. The beauty of unseen support lies in its quiet strength. It isn't loud or forceful, but it is unshakable. It works in ways beyond our understanding, often revealing itself in moments of crisis when you need it most. Think back to the times when everything seemed lost. When the weight of the world felt unbearable. When doubt crept in, whispering that you should give up. But in those very moments, something shifted. You found the courage to take one more step, to keep pushing forward, even when it felt impossible. That was the unseen support working in the background, always present, always lifting you up. What makes this force so powerful is that it doesn't seek recognition or praise. It doesn't demand acknowledgement. It simply exists, guiding you through your darkest days. It is in the moments when you feel most alone that you are actually being supported the most. This hidden strength has carried you further than you ever thought possible. It is unwavering, even when the path ahead seems impossible. It is the quiet force that turns despair into resilience. And as you continue on your journey, this unseen support remains constant whether you recognize it or not. It is always there, guiding you toward your highest potential. The stronger you grow, the more tangible this support becomes. It transforms into a powerful force that not only lifts you, but propels you forward. This unbreakable foundation will carry you through your toughest battles and into the greatness you were always meant to achieve, turning setbacks into stepping stones. In every life, there are setbacks. Moments that feel like insurmountable obstacles. Times when the path forward is uncertain and doubt creeps in. But what sets you apart is your ability to transform those setbacks into stepping stones. While others may see failures, you see opportunities for growth. Each setback has served as a lesson, a chance to refine your character, to learn and to become stronger. You don't just bounce back from adversity, you rise even higher. Most people allow setbacks to define them, but you have chosen to rewrite the narrative. Where others see failure, you see wisdom gained. Where others feel defeated, you find the strength to push forward. Where others give up, you rise determined and unshaken. You have mastered the art of perspective. While others dwell on the immediate pain of a setback, you look at it as just another part of the journey toward greatness. You understand that setbacks are not roadblocks. They are simply detours leading you to something greater. Every challenge is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. This transformation does not happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and a willingness to learn from adversity. But with each obstacle overcome, you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You learn to adapt. You innovate. You turn difficulties into opportunities. This is the power of seeing setbacks as stepping stones. Every challenge, every failure, every disappointment is simply another part of your ascent to greatness. Your journey is defined by how you rise. You are no longer afraid of challenges. In fact, you embrace them. Where others see obstacles, you see opportunities. The greatest rewards come from the toughest battles. Every challenge you face is another chance to prove your strength, your resilience, your unwavering determination. And as you continue to rise, your ability to turn setbacks into stepping stones will only grow stronger. You will face greater challenges. You will encounter new obstacles. But each one will teach you something invaluable. And with every lesson, you will become even more unstoppable. Your confidence will soar. Your resilience will be unshakable. Your journey will not be defined by your struggles, but by how you transform them into triumphs. The world may try to limit you, but you know the truth. You are not confined by setbacks. You are not defined by failure. You are propelled by every challenge you overcome. This is who you are. A warrior. A fighter. Force of unstoppable strength. And as you continue to rise, remember this. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were destined for greatness. And nothing can stand in your way. Embracing challenges as catalysts for growth. You don't shy away from difficulty, you rise to meet it head on. Your mindset has transformed from one of fear to one of excitement. The challenges that once intimidated you now fuel your determination because you understand that they are stepping stones toward the person you are meant to be. You no longer view challenges as obstacles. You see them as tests of your strength, character, and perseverance. They are not here to break you, they are here to help you grow. With each new challenge, you become more capable, more powerful, and even more prepared for the next phase of your journey. This new perspective doesn't mean that challenges are easy, far from it. You still face moments of doubt. You still encounter paths that seem unclear. But you no longer give in to fear. Instead, you have learned to trust in yourself, to have confidence in your ability to rise above anything that stands in your way. This shift in mindset is what allows you to face the unknown with courage. You don't just endure difficulties, you thrive despite them. You don't just survive, you grow stronger. You don't just make it through, you elevate to new heights. The challenges ahead are not roadblocks, they are milestones in your journey. They are the refining fire that shapes you into who you are destined to become. They help you uncover strengths within yourself that you never knew existed. Each one pushes you forward, bringing you closer to your true potential. With every challenge, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. The relentless power of will. Your willpower is what sets you apart. It is the force that propels you forward when others would have given up. It is not just about pushing through difficult moments, it is about refusing to accept failure. Your will is relentless and unstoppable force that will not be denied. When you set your sights on something, nothing can stand in your way. This strength of will is not easily explained. It comes from a deep, unshakable belief in yourself. It is the quiet, unwavering certainty that you will succeed. It is the voice inside you that whispers, "Keep going," even when the road is tough. It is the force that carries you through uncertainty and into success. Your willpower has been tested time and time again. Each time, it has remained unshakable. When others doubted you, your will kept you moving forward. When the path was uncertain, your will refused to let you stop. It wasn't always easy, but you knew that your dreams were worth the fight. Your willpower was the fuel that kept you moving forward. Your belief in yourself was the foundation of your journey. Your determination became your greatest weapon. This is the power of an unstoppable will. It does not falter in adversity. It strengthens with every challenge. It pushes you toward the life you were meant to live. As you continue your journey, your willpower will remain your greatest asset. It will drive you to even greater heights. It will help you conquer even greater challenges. It will ensure that nothing, absolutely nothing, stands in your way. There is no force greater than the unstoppable power of your will. Redefining success on your own terms. Success is often defined by the world's standards: wealth, status, recognition. But for you, success has never been about fitting into a mold or meeting someone else's expectations. You have redefined success on your own terms. You have broken free from society's definition of achievement. You have chosen a path that is uniquely yours. For you, success is not about external validation. It is about growth. It is about resilience. It is about the courage to pursue your purpose, no matter what. True success is found in knowing that you are living in alignment with your true self. It is not about chasing after temporary rewards. It is not about proving yourself to others. It is about becoming the person you were destined to be. You have built a life that is not governed by external expectations, but by internal conviction. You no longer seek permission to rise, you rise because you were meant to. You no longer ask if you are capable, you already know that you are. You no longer follow the world's path, you have created your own. This is the true definition of success. It is not measured by what others think. It is measured by how deeply you trust in yourself. It is measured by your willingness to walk the path that was meant for you. Your journey is not about fitting in, it is about standing out. It is about walking in purpose. It is about refusing to settle. It is about rising higher than you ever imagined. And as you continue to rise, remember this: your success is not defined by the world, it is defined by you. You are walking in your purpose. You are living with courage. You are proof that success is not about following the path of others, it is about creating your own. And the world is about to see just how far you will go. Redefining success on your own terms. This new definition of success has freed you from the pressures that weigh so many people down. You no longer feel the need to compare yourself to others. You don't measure success by someone else's achievements. Instead, you measure it by your own growth, your own resilience, and your own journey. Every step forward is a victory, no matter how small it may seem to others. You understand that success is not a destination. It is a journey, one that is uniquely yours. Every challenge you've overcome is proof of your strength. Redefining success also means letting go of societal expectations. You are no longer bound by the need to prove yourself to anyone. Your success is yours alone to define. It is about living with purpose. It is about creating a life that fulfills you. It is about inspiring others to do the same. This Freedimto defines success on your own terms, allowed you to live authentically, without fear of judgment or comparison. You no longer seek approval, you seek fulfillment. You no longer chase recognition, you chase purpose. You no longer live for the expectations of others, you live for your calling. Living with purpose and conviction. As you continue on your journey, this new definition of success will be your guide. It will keep you grounded. It will remind you to stay true to yourself. It will give you the courage to walk your own path even when the world tries to push you in a different direction. Your journey is not about fitting in, it is about standing out. It is about being bold in who you are. It is about embracing your divine calling. It is about living a life that is meaningful, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling. Your success is not measured by the world's standards. It is measured by the depth of your commitment to your own growth. It is measured by your faith, your perseverance, and your willingness to rise. It is measured by the impact you leave behind the lives you touch, the strength you share, the light you bring. This is what true success looks like. It is living with purpose. It is walking in faith. It is rising every time you fall. It is believing in your destiny even when others cannot see it. You are walking in your divine purpose. As we conclude this message, remember this. Being chosen by God is a powerful and transformative experience. The world may be surprised, but God's plan for you is already in motion. You are walking in your purpose. Your destiny is unfolding in the most remarkable way. Trust in Him. He has called you to shine. He has set you apart for something greater. He is leading you toward a future beyond your imagination. If this message has blessed you, please consider supporting our mission through a super thanks. Your donations, big or small, make a difference. They allow us to continue spreading messages of hope, encouragement, and faith. We are truly grateful for your generosity. Whether or not you donate, know that your presence here matters. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, share this message with someone who needs it. May God continue to bless you abundantly. May He guide you in every step you take. May He open doors that no man can shut. May He remind you daily that you are chosen. Your best days are ahead. Keep walking in His light. Keep pressing forward. Keep rising. This is just the beginning. Embrace your calling and take immediate action for a better life. The time for hesitation is over. You were not meant to stay in the shadows, to live a life of limitation, or to be bound by the expectations of others. You were created for something far greater than what you have allowed yourself to believe. Every challenge you faced, every obstacle that tried to break you, was actually shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. Your struggles were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to refine you, to make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the destiny that awaits you. But here's the truth. Knowing you are destined for greatness is not enough. You must take action. You must step into your purpose with confidence, courage, and relentless determination. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment will never come. The only moment you have is now. How do you take immediate action? Start by changing your mindset. Success isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. Stop measuring yourself by the world's standards and start defining success on your own terms. True success isn't about money, fame, or recognition. It's about growth, faith, resilience, and living with purpose. Take one step every day that moves you closer to the life you envision. Develop new habits, cut out distractions, and surround yourself with people who lift you higher instead of pulling you down. Second, strengthen your faith. Your greatest power doesn't come from external validation. It comes from the unshakable belief that God has called you for something greater. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself of Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When challenges arise, remember that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. Your faith is your foundation. When you trust God's timing, everything falls into place. Third, embrace challenges as opportunities. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every rejection, every failure, every delay is simply redirection towards something greater. Stop fearing obstacles and start using them as stepping stones. Turn pain into purpose, failures into lessons, and doubt into determination. Your journey is meant to inspire others, but first, you must be willing to walk the path with unwavering confidence. Finally, commit to the journey. Growth isn't a one-time event, it's a lifelong process. Keep pushing forward even when you don't see immediate results. Keep building even when no one is watching. Keep believing even when it feels impossible. The world may not understand your path, but God does, and He is guiding you towards something extraordinary. Your time is now. The only thing standing between you and the life you were created for is action. Will you rise, or will you stay where you are? Will you let fear hold you back, or will you break free and claim what is yours? You have the power, the strength, and the divine calling to change your life starting today. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop playing small. Start moving. Start believing. Start becoming. This is your moment. This is your calling. This is your time to rise. Step forward in faith and watch as your destiny unfolds before you. Nadi.